Oh, yes. Um, I am an English teacher. I want to teach about relative pronoun. You have already studied about noun, verb, and pronoun. But what is relative pronoun? A relative pronoun is a word which gives a relative clause, which refers or which introduces the relative clause. What is clause? CLAUSE clause. You have studied it. That is, clause is a part of sentence which has finite noun and finite verb. Finite verb means it should give the finite action depending upon the pattern of tenses. You have studied whatever is the verb which obeys to the tenses is the finite verb, and the other, that is the non-finite verb, which refers the present participle or infinitive. Infinitive means I want to take some water. I want to drink some water. To drink, that is not finished. It is infinitive. Kudippudakku in Tamil we say. Actually, what do you want? I want to drink some water. To drink is non-finite verb. But what should be in the clause? That is the finite verb and finite noun. So clause, relative clause. Right? So what are the most probable relative pronoun words? That is who, that refers to the person, that refers to the person, things, or animals, and which, that refers to the animal or a person. These are the relative pronoun, and in addition to these pronouns, then we can also add where and when. So that I have to discuss one by one. This is the relative pronoun, what is called relative pronoun, and this I have taught, that is already told, who refers to a person and whom refers to a person as the verb's object, which refers to an animal or thing, that refers to a person or a thing. Sometimes when and where can be used as relative pronouns as well. So this is the things first. Then we can go to the examples. A man who is standing in front of the restaurant is my uncle. A man who is standing in front of a restaurant is my uncle. What is in this case relative clause? That is a man who is standing. A man is, that is the antecedent, precursor that comes before the relative pronoun is called antecedent. So a man is antecedent. This is a noun which comes to before the relative pronoun who. Who refers to a person here. And in this case, that is the relative clause is who is standing in front of the restaurant. So who is standing in front of the restaurant, it introduces something about a person, a man. This clause, the relative clause, is called a defining clause because it defines, it tells about someone, introduces someone. That is why it is called a defining clause. Who is standing in front of the restaurant? That is the restaurant, definitely that is already existed. When we introduce a restaurant, that is a restaurant, but it is the restaurant definitely. So that is here, a man is the antecedent, and the relative clause is who is standing in front of the restaurant. So then what is the relative clause? At the same time, it connects to the independent clause. Which is independent clause in this sentence? A man is my uncle. A man is my uncle, that is independent clause. That is a clause other than means except the relative clause. The relative clause is dependent clause, and a man is my uncle is independent clause. That is, a dependent clause is the relative clause in this sentence. So what are the clauses in this sentence? One is a relative clause, that is, who is standing in front of the restaurant, and another one is main clause or independent clause. What is independent clause? Have you already studied? Already known? Have you already known? Actually, the clause, that is the sentence which is written separately, it gives complete sense of meaning. That is called a independent clause. That is relative clause or a dependent clause. If that is written alone, it does not give the complete sense of meaning. I think that you understand in this example. So dependent clause and independent clause. The next we have to say about that is the relative pronoun. Example is when and where. Keep it in a place where no one finds it. No one finds it. I met my old friend on the day when I missed the train to London. This is a restaurant where I met my old friend. Keep it in a place where no one finds it. In this case, where is the relative pronoun? Keep it in a place where no one finds it. Where no one finds it is the relative clause. In this case, where as a relative pronoun. I met my old friend on the day when I missed the train to London. When I missed the train to London, that is the dependent clause. I met my old friend on the day. I met my old friend, that is the independent clause. So you understand this example. The next non-defining, you have already studied about defining clause. Defining clause, relative clause means that defining clause means that the clause should say something new, that is defining. It must define what is about. That is the defining clause. For example, there is actually a man who does not like sweets need not go to confectionery. A man who does not like sweets need not go to confectionery. What is called confectionery? Confectionery is a shop where food items of sweets made of sugar or carbohydrate. That is confectionery. What is called confection? That is, confection is that refers to the food items which are made of sugar or sweets. That is confections. That is the shop which sells confections or is called means confectionaries. Is means confectionery. So you must have to get clear image about this. Now, non-defining relative clause. That means already that is the topic is defined. Whom about we say is defined already is called a non-defining clause. Non-defining or non-restrictive clause is like that. Alexander the Great, who was the king of ancient Greek, died in June 323 BC and was born in 356 BC. And was born in 356 BC before Christ. So Alexander, you should give comma in these cases. Then when once comma is given, that is other information which follows is continuous. Continuous information, you can add up lots of information by providing commas. By providing commas. Alexander the Great, who was the king of ancient Greek, that is one information, and was born. Other information and died. Other information, you can connect lots of things. That is continuous information. That need not be defined. Already that is who is about is mentioned. That means conjunction. That it was Alexander the Great. Then Jack, that is you have to provide a comma, who is retired now, spends a lot of time with his grandchildren. Jack, who is retired now, spends a lot of time with his grandchildren. Jack already mentioned. Who is Jack? We know already that we have to provide additional information. These kind of things are called a non-defining relative clauses. The award was given to Sora, whose short story impressed the judges. In this case, that is the relative pronoun is possessive and it is whose. That is not used in non-defining relative clauses. That we should not use. Only who, which, whose. This can be used. Then City Park, where we used to go, has been closed down. Now it has been closed down. We used to go means that is the past habit. Now it is not possible. That is why we are used to. Otherwise, now if you use get used to means that is new practice, and used to means past practice. Then Central Park, which we love, is always really busy on Saturday. Which park it is mentioned? That is the what kind of relative pronoun is used? Non-defining. So you must have to distinguish what type. Already that is the name of mention. So non-defining restrictive clause. Next, I already told a person who does not like sweets need not go to a confectionery. Which part is main or independent clause and which part is relative clause in the above sentence? Definitely, a person is an antecedent. This is a relative pronoun. Who does not like sweets need not go to a confectionery. That is the relative clause. That is a person does plus like means likes. Likes, how can we split does plus like? What's the negative of that? Opposite. Negative does not like. I like means I do like. What's the negative? Do not like. Then I liked means did plus like. What's the negative? Did not like. So you should be clear in this case, because English, when we talk systematically, it would be very nice to hear. At the same time, it is pleasing to our ears, and we have to follow, in addition to the grammar, we have to use intonation, stress, and according to the syllable patterns. If you want, I will provide new videos, then you have to give comments. Which part is main clause, that main or independent clause? A person need not go to a confectionery. Is the independent clause. Now, omission. In which place we can, in which cases or in which place we can omit, that is the relative pronoun. Sometimes we can leave out the relative pronoun. For example, we can leave out who, which, or that if it is followed by a subject. For example, the assistant that we met was really kind. We can also, if the relative pronoun is followed by a noun, we can also drop out, or that is leave out that relative pronoun. We can say the assistant we met was really kind. So you must be clear. We can't usually leave out if it is followed by a verb. if it is followed by a verb. The assistant that helped us was really kind. The assistant that or who helped us was really kind. But in this case, this that relative pronoun that is followed by helped. So it is followed by a verb. So you should not drop out. You should not leave out. You have to keep it. Then if you leave out, it's a wrong one. There was a bag in which I found my pen. There was a bag inside which or in which I found my pen. That is another example. And I don't know about him where from he is. அவன் எங்கே இருந்துள்ளவன்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. So I don't know the person where he is from or from where he is. This you must know. Then next, the last one. He apologized to the boy whose glasses got broken. Got broken means broken by somebody. That is the passive sense. Actually, for example, I have my hair haircut. I have my hair cut. Means I got my hair. I have got my hair cut. Otherwise, I had my hair cut. Means that is perfect past. That is past perfect. I have my hair cut. That is how can you say? I had my hair cut. Means I got my hair cut by that action was done by somebody. So you must understand this sense. Compound relative pronouns. Next, last one. They include whoever, whomever, whichever, and whatever. Example: please tell whoever may call that I am not available. That is you see that it is usually universally used for the number of people, many people or many things. When we refer, we can use this compound relative pronoun. It's the whoever. Please tell whoever may call that I am not available. I am not available. The person is telling to somebody that he is not available. So whichever comes, that means maybe more than one person. That's why in this case we have to use the compound relative pronoun. Whichever train you take from here, you will end at Egmore station. That's also whichever. That also refers, that is a train, that is truck vehicle, which refers more than one. I think this will be so useful, and if you find it very useful for you, and give me comments and give me like, and also give support in future to also upload many videos. Thanks today. Yes.